Hello everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And I'm hot, Rainbow. It's July. It's like 1,000,000 degrees out there. When I came to work today, I thought I was walking on the sun.
You know what?
What?
You should go to Kending for a vacation.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah?
It might be time to hit the beach.
Have you been there? Do you like it?
I've been there, but not for quite a while. So I think it would be a good time to go back. But it's July. Everyone's going to be there.
There's too many people. I don't want to be there either.
There. But then again, sand, surf, sun. Does sound kind of nice, doesn't it? When you're stuck in the big city in the middle of July.
I'm going to choose Ilan over Kending though.
Okay.
The beaches are nicer.
Do you like the beach life? Are you kind of a beach bum? Do you like to, hit the beach and do all that kind of fun stuff in the summer?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Sometimes. But in Taiwan, it can get really, really hot. It can burn your skin off. I more prefer the LA sun.
Okay, so it's not as hot.
Exactly.
The sun's not as strong and bright. Well, if you're talking about LA, California, you could be talking about Kending. You can be talking about Thailand, Bali, south of France. There's lots of great places to go and have some fun adventures on the water, on the beach, in the ocean, all that good stuff. So we're going to be reading about an aquatic adventure, and we promise you no one will be eaten by a shark in our dialogue, I think.
Do we get to eat fish?
Well, hopefully, but the fish won't eat us.
Okay.
That's the important part. Let's check it out. Cindy is using her tablet when something grabs her attention.
Jake, check this out.
What am I looking at here?
It's a water sports package offered by a resort in Kending. There's jet skiing, banana boating, snorkeling. Down here. They're all listed.
It looks like there are 8 water sports activities to choose from. How much is it?
Let's see. It costs 1,145 NT dollars for 8 activities. Wait, how does the pricing work? I don't see a breakdown.
Click the Read More button on the side. There are time limits for each activity. That makes sense.
What do you think? Should we book it?
Sure, why not? It's free to cancel within 48 hours anyway.
All right, so yes, we're going to be having fun at the beach, or as the title of the dialogue says there, an aquatic adventure. Ooh, sounds exciting.
Fancy.
Aquatic is basically having to do with the sea, the ocean, the water. Aquatic sports, for example, would include swimming and diving and stuff like that. So if you're in the water, it's something aquatic. And an adventure, this is an exciting experience. Maybe a little bit dangerous, definitely something you'll remember, definitely something you'll want to tell your friends about. If you have an adventure, maybe you met a bear in the woods, maybe you were involved in something where there was a crime nearby, oh my gosh, or maybe you paid for this adventure by going on some kind of trip or holiday where you're going to do some slightly dangerous activities
I like that.
rock climbing or parachuting out of an airplane or something. It's not sitting around and drinking coffee on a relaxed afternoon. That's not an adventure. It's got to be a lot more exciting than that. For example, the journey through the jungle was an adventure for the tour group members. They saw snakes and crocodiles and big spiders, and it was exciting. What an adventure.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Yeah.
All right, so picking a water sports package. I wonder what we're doing. Cindy, that's our main character, is using her tablet when something grabs her attention. So we see Cindy here, she's sitting down and she's using her tablet. Now this is kind of like a big phone basically, like an iPad or a Samsung or a tablet. This is something big that you can use, but it's not a computer, it's just an iPad. And many people bring it with them during travel because it's convenient and it's light. During the flight, Darren watched a movie on his tablet. Very convenient.
Yeah, bigger than your phone. And of course, if it's your own tablet, you can watch any movie you want, not just the ones on the airplane. And we also had this word grab. When you grab something, basically you get it with your hand, all right? So we can grab something. If you see something you need over there, maybe it's about to fall off the table, you're gonna grab it, or maybe there's something there that other people want. You wanna grab that thing first. But we can also talk about something grabbing your attention. If something grabs your attention, it immediately catches or gets your attention. If you're walking down the street and suddenly a bird swoops down near your head, that's definitely going to grab your attention. For example, at the award show, the singer's strange actions grabbed a lot of attention.
I wonder what the singer was doing.
The singer was doing strange things, and everyone was paying attention because of what they were doing. All right, let's get to the dialogue.
Okay, so besides Cindy, we
Right.
have her friend Jake.
Yes, and
So
Cindy was looking at the tablet, right? Yeah.
She says, Jake, check this out, which means look at this.
Okay.
Check it out.
Something obviously important that Cindy wants to show Jake. So Jake looks at it. We can imagine for a few seconds.
It's like, what?
And he seems confused. He says, what am I looking at here? She just showed him something. She didn't say, look at this news story or look at this funny picture. She just showed him something, and he can't quite figure out, at least right now, quickly, what it is. So he says, what am I looking at?
It's a water sports package offered by a resort in Kending.
Now I get it.
Oh,
Okay.
it's water sports package.
Yeah.
So there are lots of water sports.
Oh, yeah.
There's jet skiing,
Wow.
banana boating,
Woo.
snorkeling down here. They're all listed.
Oh, interesting.
I want to go.
This sounds kind of like a tour. We might
Yes.
talk about a tour package.
Yeah.
So they'll say, you'll get a bus trip, you'll get lunch, we'll go to these places. Basically, this is from some kind of travel company, and they're giving you a bunch of different things all together. That's the package part.
So fun.
You pay one fee, and they will organize and plan all of these fun things for you to do. So it's a great way of saving time. If you don't mind them choosing the things, you'll just pay them nice and simple. And so now Jake knows what he's looking at. He starts to read a few of the details. And then he says, it looks like there are 8 water sports activities to choose from. Wow, that's a lot. How much is it, he wants to know. So he's like, this looks interesting, but let's talk about the money part now. How much?
Okay, so Cindy's looking and she says, let's see. It costs 1,145 NT dollars for 8 activities.
For all 8? I thought that was just for one. Wow.
How does the pricing work? I don't see a breakdown.
That's a good point. You're paying for a package, so they should kind of tell you how much each thing costs.
It's like super cheap.
And then show you the group price. Yeah, well, you don't really know, but you're right. It seems pretty cheap. 1,145 for 8. Yeah, all right.
Really?
Well, so Jake is also curious for more information. Tell me more. I want to know more. Click the Read More button on the side. So there's a side on the website, a little box, and it will say Read More or something. If you click on that, that's kind of like the information or more information button. And then so they click on that and something pops up and it gives them a little bit of a list of each sport in the package. And then they learn there are time limits for each activity. That makes sense. So that's why the price is low. You can go snorkeling, you can go banana boating.
It's gonna be like 20 minutes
But it'll be
each.
half an hour, and maybe you can only go at this time in the morning, that kind of thing. So you can do the sport, but you don't have total freedom. That's why it's cheaper.
Just to try it out,
Yeah.
right? What do you think? Should we book it?
Yeah, it seems interesting, and Jake also seems interested. Sure, why not, he says. So he's not like super excited. He's just like, yeah, well, the price is low and we get to do 8 things. Yeah, let's try it out. It's free to cancel within 48 hours anyway, so that's good. If they
deal.
book it now, they have 2 days to think about it, and if they change their mind and decide to not do it, they can cancel. They'll get their money back, no problem. So that's
Okay.
pretty good. All right.
Great.
We're going to take a break here, and then we're going to come back and find out how it all went on their little water sports activity trip to Kending.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的绘画主题是
An aquatic adventure 水上冒险。那么 aquatic 或者是念作 aquatic， 它是形容词，用来形容在水上或水中进行的，它也可以形容是水生的。那么 adventure它是可以指冒险或者是刺激的经历活动，当这个意思来解释时是可数名词。那 adventure 也可以指冒险或冒险精神，这时候是不可数名词。那我们单字例句有提到丛林冒险之旅 ，Mike 老师就说啊，旅游团的成员也许看到了蛇啊、鳄鱼等等的。那么 crocodile 就是鳄鱼。好，对话里面的 Cindy 她在用平板电脑时，有件事引起她的注意，她就找 Jake 一起来看啊，原来是垦丁某一个度假村有提供水上运动套装行程，8种水上活动的价格是台币1145元。那每一项活动呢都有时间限制。看完价格和详细内容之后 ，Jake 他们决定要预定了，反正48小时内可以免费取消。好，这边2个单字 tablet 是平板电脑，也可以把它称作 tablet computer。再看到 grab 这个动词，它表示抓住、攫取或是吸引。那么 grab one's attention 可以表达吸引某人的注意力。Mike 老师在讲解单字时，他用到 get a hold of something 或者是 get hold of something， 这可以表达得到、拥有。那么 hold 在这边是名词，就有抓住、握住的意思哦。如果这时候我们是讲说 get a hold of somebody 或者是 get hold of somebody， 则是可以表达找到某人和某人取得联系。接着回到课文中。
At the resort, Cindy and Jake are in their room after a busy morning of water sports activities.
I feel like a punching bag.
Don't get too comfortable. We've got a SUP surfing lesson in 20 minutes.
What's that again?
Stand-up paddleboarding. You stand on a floating board and use a paddle to move yourself through the water. It's fun. Trust me.
Maybe I could do lie-down paddleboarding instead?
Come on. Get up. If you aren't up for SUP surfing, we can switch to something less intense. How about SUP yoga?
Okay. I'll be up as soon as I can move again.
Okay, everyone, we are back, and we're still with our 2 friends who are doing some water sports. Now, Cindy and Jake, remember, booked a water sports package. They went down to Kending, and I think they've done some of these water sports. They did some of the surfing or banana boating and snorkeling and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, they had a great day, but we're going to find out exactly what they did, what they liked, maybe what they didn't like in their little water sports holiday as we look at part 2, describing a water sport. So obviously, they'll be telling us about some of the things they did.
At the resort, Cindy and Jake are in their room after a busy morning of water sports activities. So they've spent all morning doing this.
Wow.
I think they're super tired.
Me too. Remember, there were 8 sports in the package. Hopefully they didn't do 4 of them in the morning or something like that. Then they have to do 4 in the afternoon.
Maybe.
All in one day. But we don't know exactly. They paid a low price, so let's see how it all worked out. Well, Jake, as we begin the dialogue there, he says, I feel like a punching bag. You know those big bags that boxers practice on by hitting it? That's a punching bag. He feels like a punching bag. He feels like a boxer has been working out by hitting him. Basically, he's saying he's in a lot of pain. His body is very sore.
Ooh, don't get too comfortable. We've got a SUP surfing lesson in 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh, this is not the
No
news.
breaks.
The news that Jake wanted to hear. And SUP, what? What's that again? He says. I don't remember what that is. Can you tell me what is SUP surfing or whatever?
Stand-up paddleboarding.
Oh, that's it.
You stand on a floating board and use a paddle to move yourself through the water. It's fun, trust me.
All right, it could be fun, but not
But
if
he's
you're
tired.
super sore and tired
Yeah.
and in pain. and all that. So standing up on a board in the water and powering yourself along with a paddleboard could be fun, but it also sounds like it could be hard work. So Jake has an idea, half serious, half as a joke. Maybe I could do lie down paddleboarding instead.
I like that.
Instead of standing up, can I just lie on the board and just float in the water? I don't want to do anything more than that.
Well, Cindy wants to. Cindy says, come on, get up. If you aren't up for SUP surfing, we can switch to something less intense. How about SUP yoga?
Stand-up paddleboarding yoga? Maybe you actually go out and do yoga on a board on the water.
Paddleboard.
I have
That's
no
cool.
idea, but it definitely would be less work than paddling through the ocean all afternoon long. So maybe Jake is interested in this. He says, okay, I'll be up as soon as I can move again.
Poor Jake.
So he is in a lot of pain, but he sounds like he's going to give it a good try. He's going to try to do some of this SUP paddleboarding, even if it does sound a little intense for him right now. If something is intense, it's basically powerful, all right? You're putting in a lot of energy. It's strong. We could talk about an intense wind that you might get during a typhoon. We might talk about, the intense flavor of a certain kind of food. Wow, it's got a really strong, powerful flavor. If it's got intense spiciness in it, I don't want that. It's very powerful, very strong. It's full of energy or effort or something like that. For example, my favorite tennis player made an intense effort, but he lost the match. He played really hard. He gave 100% of his energy, but unfortunately he lost. I hope Jake doesn't lose out to the SUP paddleboarding or yoga.
Hope it's not too intense.
Me too, and I hope he does it. He is able to come home and maybe have an intense nap or something.
An intense bath?
An intense bath. It sounds an intense massage.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe
that's
for
good.
his
Good
sore
idea.
muscles after his busy day of water sports. Well, guys, we hope you have great water holidays or summer holidays if you're going down to the beach, some water sports activities. Be safe out there, though. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you back here very, very soon. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
第二段对话的一开始 ，Cindy 和 Jake 已经参加完早上忙碌的水上活动行程，那么现在回到度假村房间里面休息。Jake 说 ：“I feel like a punching bag， 意思是我全身酸痛累坏了。那么 punching bag 它就是指那种拳击用的那种吊带沙包，因为沙包常常被击打，所以 Jake 他就觉得自己好像个沙包，就是在比喻说自己全身酸痛累坏了。我们顺便补充一下 boxing。Boxing 就是拳击，是名词，把 ing 改成 er 变成 boxer， 那就可以表达拳击手。好，接着 Cindy 就叫 Jake 说，不要躺得太舒服咯，20分钟后还有 SUP 立桨冲浪课程。Jake 开玩笑说，可不可以改成躺着划桨啊？Cindy 就说，如果不想参加立桨冲浪，可以改成比较不那么激烈的活动。这时候老师们就开玩笑说 ，Jake 现在应该比较想睡一觉或者是按摩。好，我们来看一下单字 intense， 它是形容强烈的、强度的，也可以形容是热切的、集中的。那刚刚老师们说到这个 massage，massage 可以当名词或动词来表达按摩的意思。那这边有一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 up for 的相关用法。当我们用 be up for 加上名词或动名词，是表达说想要、愿意做某事，对什么什么跃跃欲试。举例来说 ，I'm up for some Thai food， 我想吃泰国料理。或是你可以问说 ，Who's up for shopping tomorrow？ 有谁明天想去逛街的吗？那还有啊，像你跟人家约好要去打篮球，你这时候就可以问坐在旁边的朋友说 ，Are you up for it？ 就是说你想去吗？好，再来看到 somebody or something is up for 加名词，则是表达某人某事物正被考虑怎么样，或是计划要怎么样，这是用来表达将某人某事物纳入考量，尤其是指呢达成某种决定的过程。举例来说 ，The proposal is up for consideration， 这个提案正被纳入考虑中。好，那么以上是这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Cindy is using her tablet when something grabs her attention.
Jake, check this out.
What am I looking at here?
It's a water sports package offered by a resort in Kending. There's jet skiing, banana boating, snorkeling. Down here, they're all listed.
It looks like there are 8 water sports activities to choose from. How much is it?
Let's see. It costs 1,145 NT dollars for 8 activities. Wait, how does the pricing work? I don't see a breakdown.
Click the Read More button on the side. There are time limits for each activity. That makes sense.
What do you think? Should we book it?
Sure, why not? It's free to cancel within 48 hours anyway.
At the resort, Cindy and Jake are in their room after a busy morning of water sports activities.
I feel like a punching bag.
Don't get too comfortable. We've got a SUP surfing lesson in 20 minutes.
What's that again?
Stand-up paddleboarding. You stand on a floating board and use a paddle to move yourself through the water. It's fun, trust me.
Maybe I could do lie-down paddleboarding instead?
Come on. Get up. If you aren't up for SUP surfing, we can switch to something less intense. How about SUP yoga?
Okay. I'll be up as soon as I can move again.
Hey guys, I'm Ian.
And I'm Toi.
And today we're playing a game called Word Drop where we have different words or phrases on these 3 index cards we've never seen before, and we're going to casually work them into a conversation now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy to go first.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, whenever I travel, I like to go in with an open mindset, going to a new country, learning about different people, food, and seeing the different sites. Recently, I actually went to Brazil and got to see the Brazilian Amazon. And I would say it was one of the greatest adventures I've ever been on.
Oh, so exciting. I actually lived in Brazil for a while. Yeah, it was really cool. I was just in Rio for most of the time. I love Brazil. But yeah, it's so interesting traveling these days as opposed to, let's say, 10 or 20 years ago, because now we have so much technology. Imagine before you probably get to like use actual maps, you know what I mean? You can't just look it up and anything. And now like even you can take better pictures by bringing your tablet with you on these trips.
Very true. Whenever I travel, I take my laptop, I take my cell phone. Sometimes I have to do a little bit of work while I'm traveling, but I try to make the most out of my trip. And so it only makes sense to be able to have access to my technology and my devices to be able to get this work done.
Yeah, I think that's for a lot of people now, right? Like working remotely. It's been such a huge topic since the pandemic and everything, right? Like everything's migrated from the office and now to everybody's house. And so if you have kids or you've got family living with you or dogs or cats, like everyone is just at home. And I think sometimes that experience can be quite intense.
Yeah, working from home can be intense. Luckily for me, I don't have any pets or children, but I do have a fiance. So it's nice to be able to spend some alone time together, even though we do spend quite a bit of time working at home. But whenever I get like a little tiresome while I'm working, I have to grab a snack or grab something to drink or just get out of the house.
Yeah. I think you definitely need that like dose of like fresh air and some sort of contact with the outside world on a daily basis, because it can be quite cavernous, you know, just even if you have good lighting in your apartment and stuff, like you still need that interaction so you're not so like solitary all the time. One of the things that like I love, and I've been eating a lot more in Taiwan for some reason, is ice cream. I don't know why. I didn't eat it in the States because I'm dairy-free, but here there's really no dairy-free besides soy, and I don't eat soy either. Anyway, so my friend called me the other day and is like, hey, would you be up for getting ice cream? And I was like, yeah, I would. And I love green tea ice cream. That's like my favorite.
My favorite is chocolate chip cookie dough.
See you next time.